Hey guys.
You copy. How the fuck you doing tonight, man?
Shit,
It's been a while. It's
Man,
been a while,
man. Fuck.
Yeah, man. How you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. Doing great, man. Doing great. Yeah. How are you doing, Travis? And hope everyone
Doing well.
favors drink. Yeah. Hopefully you guys doing all well.
Good to see
yeah,
you, man.
yeah. Good to see you all, man. Like, oh fuck. Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. By the way.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Copy. Happy New Year to you. So, you wanted to jump into a couple things, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little GME, a little bit of IEP tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts? Real quick, let's catch up for a moment with Bed Bath & Beyond. What are your thoughts where we're at kind of today? Do you think that we're essentially waiting for some fraud to take place here? What essentially, in your mind, do you think is the holdup? You think it's the lawsuit with Ryan Cohen? I mean, you've been in this stock just as long as everybody else. What are your thoughts? You copy me. Where are we at today, man?
My thesis was always the same. This is setup, man. I know there are
So you
people
think it was pre-planned?
Oh yeah, like even
Yeah.
I'm looking at I've been talking to I mean one of the reason I mean you asked me like a couple of times like, hey, you wanna jump in, and like I said, like the reason, like your channel grew up so much that like there's like 1,000 people watching. You remember like last year when I started joining, like there's like only like a couple hundred people here. Like I was just like come here like chilling out. You know when you're a kid like at like kindergarten whatever, like you just come to like you go to like friend's house, like open the fridge, like, hey, do you have something? It's that kind of chill vibe. But now your channel grows so much, then you realize you meet all those people who at the in the Florida event, like there's so many like. Yeah, there's so many people, and there's like also rich people. There's pretty wealthy people also involved here. So, like for me, like to come in and talk about it, it's not the same thing, PP. To be honest, so it gives me so much pressure to come here, man.
No, not at all, man. Not at all.
No,
just looking at some fucking charts.
but
just want to see, when this shit's gonna rip, man.
I know, but like what I'm saying, I like you bring all those people in, but like when I come in talk about TA, it's like if it doesn't work out, like all the blame doesn't go to you, it goes to me. It's like so now I think so much. I've been thinking about it, and then I told you, like I want to get it here when I'm ready, because this thing takes time. Like I have to analyze these things and whole like time frame, and then like and now I feel like ready to share. So I'll share my thing, but like cool, I said, just to answer your question, I've been also talking to some guy who's also doing option trading. He's looking at a IWM, and then I look at the thing, and then when it starts to gap up, and then the date is like February 14. It's crazy how things line up, PP.
That's
like
very weird.
Like okay, I've been talking about this like whole thing, like BBY stuff, like I know I'm pretty like well known for like November whole thing, but like there's one last short squeeze phase that I mentioned was April. You guys remember 2024 April?
I do remember. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that like earlier today.
There you go.
So it's April now.
If he's right about this, like,
yeah, I saw someone in the chat too earlier. They were like, UCopy did call it for 2024, so we'll see what happens. All right, UCopy, let's take a look at it.
Yeah. So, like, first of all, I just want to mention this is not financial advice, and I'm like just a designer guy who loves to analyze this algorithm.
Let's drive that home. UCopy is not.
Don't buy fucking call options.
That UCopy is not a professional. Here at the PP Show, we love all opinions being shared, and UCopy tends to lean towards TA, and we like hearing his opinion. Is what UCopy saying going to happen? We have absolutely no fucking idea.
Yes.
TA should be treated as such, as just an instrument to understand how the market is reacting maybe to certain things. It does not guarantee anything out there. So with that being said, we're getting a lot of love in here in the chat for UCopy. Right on. Love to see it. We love UCopy here at the PP Show. UCopy, awesome. Take it away.
Awesome.
What is this stock? JWM? What is JWM?
No, IWM. IWM.
Oh, IWM. What is this?
So this is something that I've been kind of like checking out recently. Some guy who does option trading, he said like you gotta take a look at this, because this is when this gap up, that's when things gonna pop. And then I want to show you this, PP. Look at this.
I've never even heard of this stock before.
Yeah, so this is like this is a Russell 2000 ETF. So it's like a small cap, mid cap type of
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah,
So
like
ETF,
a SPY. Yeah, like a SPY. It's like S&P
Okay.
500. This is a
Uh-huh.
anyway.
Yeah.
So you know how this this high and lows is happening, and then when you
Yes.
line up, look at this date, February 13. That's when it ends, and then we got the hearing, and then I'll show you here in 2021 when
So
we
you think this ETF's going to run or what?
oh yeah, like look at this. Even Mooncake, he invited me to his small little Twitter group chat,
Uh-huh.
and then like some sort of group, and then
Yeah.
he and the other TA friend like posts up. Yeah, they're looking for a gap up. So look at this, PP. So 2021. I want to show you guys this before we get into the game stuff, right? Okay, this is we want to look at the bigger market picture before we get into little greedy stuff. So this is 2020 December 28th. This is 2021 January, right before squeeze happened, right? All the sneeze happened, like you guys say. So 2021 January 6th, it gap up, IWM gap up.
Yes.
And then you guys all know the story, and then so basically IWM gap up, and then lead the whole the movement, and then come back down in 2027 January. That's when the GameStop, AMC, all those meme stock buy button got removal, right? So and then I think we are following a very similar trend here. So this is where we at. So yeah, we are about to see a gap up pretty soon. And that's kind of, I'm looking at somewhere between February like 12, 13, 14, that range, like mid-February pretty much. So
Okay.
yeah, so I think and that's the hearing, that's the last hearing of BBBY. I do expect some sort of like third amendment, plan, those adjustment. And
Right.
then hopefully we get those shares, and they're probably, I don't know if I think they're gonna mention this whole third amendment plan first, like Hertz did. Basically like saying like all the the old shareholder will be saved, but and how are we gonna get the shares, blah blah blah. Maybe they're gonna talk about it later on in the filing or something.
Right.
But everything just line up. So and then when you look at other examples, other mergers, stuff, when the company got merged, after it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get new shares, or cash. So that line up somewhere between March as well. So anyway, so that's just first thing I want to show you. I want to show you
Okay.
Bitcoin. Yeah, I want to show you Bitcoin as well.
Love you copy.
Oh,
Love
shit.
you copy. He always said February through March. He's my favorite person from North Korea. He's from South Korea, right?
yeah. He's joking.
All right.
Yeah, he's trolling. I know. Yeah, I love big love, Ramesh. Yeah, he's been a big support. So,
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. So I want to show you this as well. So the reason I want to show you Bitcoin as well. I'm not saying that
Okay,
you want
why
to
are we
invest in
looking at
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin?
Why are you looking at is looking at a bigger
Yeah.
picture to look at what happened 2021.
It has been ripping lately, I will say. It's at
yes.
like, what, 43K right now. It has been ripping for sure.
That's right. But I want to show you something. So when the Bitcoin dropped, I want to show you something in 2021 because it's gonna drop. So 2021, like I show you, the IWM Russell 2000 ETF gap up started, and then whole meme stock rally, right? Now when you look at Bitcoin, it go reverse. They drop. So when you look at 2021 January 9th, it hit the peak and it dropped about 30% from the top to bottom here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So about 32%. They hit the bottom exactly on January 29th. So now you look at this. So when the Bitcoin drop, meme stock rally. When IWM gap up, we start rally.
Got it.
So we're in the point where like February, March, maybe possible April, but I'll say now because I mentioned about April last year, but I'm now looking at the chart like everything in details. It's possible that we could see something between February, March, and this is a catalyst for us.
So we're heading into like a bull market is what you're saying?
No. Like it's not like like the crypto is already in the beginning of the bull market. After this tank down, the Bitcoin will rally. In as you guys don't know, U.S. election coming, and then things gonna rip. But
Right.
but for us BBBY, us like people, this is the catalyst. Like I'm gonna show you GameStop shortly, PP.
Okay, yeah, I want to see that too.
GameStop is gonna run too. So the reason I want to show you, like, you guys understand why I'm showing this, right?
Why? Let's hear it.
I just shared this with you. So okay.
Well, it's because it's like more like macro, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. But like I said, okay, I'm gonna keep it simple. When Bitcoin drop, meme stock rally.
Is that always how it is?
That's what happened in 2021 January.
Okay.
You see?
But it could be different this time, right? I mean, memes.
No.
What if the stocks run with
it could be
with crypto at the same time?
I know, but right now the MACD is all like pretty much like it's gonna cross and then it's gonna start drop. So for me, I think this this area we might see a you know, like, I think you guys know, like, you know, the institution market maker hedge fund, they pump this thing for liquidity, right? And then you know, like now BlackRock's they're kind of getting into it. They create the BlackRock ETF and all that stuff. Yeah, they're they're now trying to become a market maker of this whole like crypto too. So if they need a liquidity, they're gonna pump this thing out. If they need money, they're gonna pull this thing, and then that's coming. And the reason I'm saying this is because look at this. When this blue line now is coming here, when this touch the candle, it's gonna drop, and then that time is gonna be a February 20, somewhere in between mid-February, March. End of March. So Bitcoin, so basically like meme rally, crypto tank. That's what I'm saying. So now
that's what you think, yeah.
So IWM is gonna gap up. Mid-February, Bitcoin drop, right? So now we look at GameStop, right? So let's look at GameStop.
All right. So what the fuck's going on with GameStop now?
What the fuck is okay? I'm gonna show you what the fuck is going on with GameStop, okay?
But the trading's all over the fucking place, man. I mean, they are shorting the fucking thing down nonstop. I mean, the company is heading for profitability, yet the stock is not reflecting that, which is very bizarre.
It doesn't matter. It goes by fucking cycle. This is all cycle. So yeah, like, doesn't matter. You guys like how many DRS, like. I mean, maybe it could work, but this is all fucking like cycle. So like, maybe it helps. Like maybe they cannot drop as much as AMC, but like this is all like cycle. So I want to show you this.
What are the cycles that run?
I'll show you this. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through one by one, like each step. So look at this.
Okay.
When this bull market happened, they picked here 2007 November 14. They come down around this range, November 8th. I mean, I'm not gonna say all this, but like, so there's a part where like they drop for like 346 days, and then they just GameStop, they have a big accumulation phase. So they drop, they accumulate, and they shoot it up. That's the process. They drop a little bit here. They accumulate here, 2020. That's when the fucking Royal Kitty gets in here, right? When the RSI was the bottom, and then RC got in, and then the distribution, the rally happened, right? They like Royal Kitty already understand this because he works for a hedge fund or like small, like he was a small institution guy.
What was the place that he worked for?
Yeah. Anyway, like he knows, like that guy already knew this. So anyway, so there was a big distribution happen, like whatever, like sneeze or like whole fucking gamma squeeze. Now we are here. We're in this yellow phase. I'm sorry, we already passed this yellow phase. 350 days here. Like I think we are like similar to like this one. Now we are going through accumulation phase. But I think this accumulation phase is almost like. I mean, we're gonna still go through accumulation phase. I believe, we're almost at the end of it. But like I'm looking at a rally here. Like I said, February, March, GameStop, and then
so on your charts, it's also saying that there's a rally that's going to be.
There's gonna be a rally. Yeah, there's gonna be rallies. I'll show you the gap as well. Yeah, please don't buy call option because I show you this one. So. Do your DD, but like
I'm buying call options because you copy told me it's gonna rip in March.
Okay, so look at this. So this is
advice.
Yeah, please don't buy call option like a decent. I'm just like eating crayon all day. Okay. So as you guys like I mentioned, this is the like we went through a down cycle. We're going through now this the accumulation phase. So I mean, it's zig and zag, but we hit the bottom here. I think $1170. Now we're gonna see a very similar move. It's like it hit the bottom here, like here, move up, down, and then we're gonna shoot up. We bottom at 11.70 something, 11.70 cents. Yeah. So that's the bottom, I think. That's the bottom, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, and then now they do this, they're gonna move up. Like I said, IWM about to gap up mid-February, and then a Bitcoin is gonna drop February, March. This is gonna happen.
So you think it's gonna come up to a 40?
So we have a gap, two gaps here. It looks like one gap is $36. The second gap I see is $48. So I don't know if it's gonna fill the gap, but it is very clear that it could touch here. It could, right?
So
and that's about
40.
Yeah. So let's say so maybe like about 150% possibly. If not, maybe if we go up to this level, we could hit maybe 200%, 250. So something between like 100 to 200% possible. I mean, if there's a rally, it's always rally like that. And then after that, it is gonna come down. I don't know how.
That's the thing. That's the thing too. I mean, they're sitting on over $1 billion in cash. They still haven't moved on that. They haven't done any, at least to our knowledge, a merger and acquisition or anything. So I mean, something can surely, news could surely like rally the price for sure upwards. So but it's hard to say when we will even receive that type of news. I mean, whatever they're planning has to be big, because again, they're just sitting on over $1 billion in cash. I mean, that's a lot of money to spend. And the company has worked a lot of their financials, and a lot of their financials are a lot better nowadays compared to before, with the net operating losses, things like that. So they are heading for profitability. There's no doubt about it.
They're going to drop something.
The question is, what are they going to spend the cash on to beef up the business, the balance sheets and things like that. So I think they're definitely working on something, but who knows when that could be. So
I have no idea, but I think if I know RC is very strategic guy. I think he's gonna drop something in mid-February. Yeah, here. And like I said, when the IWM start to gap up, Bitcoin start to drop, I think that's when he's watch out GameStop about mid-February, like February 13, 14, what they're gonna drop. And that drop might be big, so that will trigger the rally. Basically, that's just the whole algo is just like I mean, my belief is always like fucking technical. So like, they're gonna just like they're gonna look at like even I remember when I watched the Icon the movie, the documentary. He has he has like 14 analysts, right? So those analysts has probably TA guys too. So they're gonna like say like, oh yeah, I think she's gonna run this time, like whatever, and then they're gonna do some stuff. But anyway,
so
so that's it. Like that's GameStop. Do you want to look at IEP?
What about IEP? I want to see IEP because I'm curious because what in a week it's ran like 6%. Is that right?
I haven't checked, but like it has been showing some like a
IEP,
movement.
It's at 1882 after hours right now.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome.
It ran 6% in a week. It's up 9% back in a month. So I mean, it's moving.
Something is happening.
IEP is waking up. So I'm curious, you copy because I do hold IEP.
You have a call.
What are your no, I don't have any call.
Oh, you don't have call option on IEP. Okay.
Mine expired on it a while ago. Okay. I'm just right now playing just the shares on IEP itself.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on like what's going on with like some of the price action? Because I saw today they had 10 million shares to borrow returned, or they were available to borrow on the CTB thing that I was looking at. And then all of a sudden, 6.6 million shares were borrowed today, and that knocked it down, I think, to 3.4 million shares available to borrow. So what is going on with IEP? You copy. I'm curious your opinion.
Didn't he also recently buy shares?
I'm sorry?
Like, didn't he, like Icon, like a purchase, like, back his shares?
I don't think they've done it officially yet.
Oh, officially yet. Okay.
No,
not yet.
I don't think they've done the buybacks yet. Have you guys been following IEP on the buybacks that they've been doing? Yeah, I don't think they've done it yet. To my knowledge.
So I'll show you something here, and then you guys decide. So it looks like okay. So in my opinion, IEP is gonna fuck somebody up, but
I think you say that.
It's gonna take time. It just showed the chart. Like it's a time for like they're about like okay. Let me show you something.
Dude, does that
many
chart
shares
say
does
it's gonna go to
Carl own?
240?
No, like
Holy shit.
no, that's just placeholder. Like, let me show you
Oh.
what. Let me show you something. So
Do you
historically
guys know,
here,
like, what percentage of the float Carl currently owns?
So
Sorry,
Carl
before we get too
Carl owns, to my knowledge, someone did the math. I think after the most recent dividend payout, because he takes his dividend in shares, I think he's up to 91% that he owns his entire like outright, I guess like the TSO of the entire company.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
91%.
how-
Someone did the math. They said next dividend payout, he's gonna own 94 or 93.5%.
How many shares are in the total shares outstanding?
That's a great question. I couldn't even tell you. I'd have to look it up real quick.
410 mil.
It's 410 million.
mil.
Yeah. Okay.
That's wild.
I know.
He's-
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, I was just thinking about like the shares available to short popping up to 10 million today.
wow.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that, I was like, doesn't Carl like own all of the shares? Like
There's
I know
still
there's other people that
yeah.
own
There's
stock
still
too.
available shares. Like institutions are still in retail.
But how many
Yeah.
shares are like locked up by insiders?
I got
Like,
you. So
I wonder.
TSO is
Mhm.
about 410 million.
Hmm.
Carl owns almost 91%. That is
Okay.
correct. So
Yeah,
91% would be about 360 million. No,
Holy fucking shit, man!
I'm not sure if that's correct. I need to double check that.
The guy is
Oh.
ready to fuck, man.
Oh, yeah.
91%.
Oh,
of
he's
his
gonna
own
fuck
company.
somebody, man.
Yeah.
So the
You
float.
copy right on.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he would own about 360 million, give or take.
Holy
float
fucking shit.
is 42.5 million.
Hmm.
Institutions, or I'm sorry, he's part of institutions. Shares short, again, 42.5 million float. Shares short is about 3.3 million.
Oh, so it's not a lot.
It's not.
I just don't believe that. I mean, they had to have done something. I mean, this
Oh, I
stock
agree.
is still like way down from the Hindenburg report, and we all know what that was.
It's down like 67%
Yeah.
yeah,
on the
and
year.
like they have all these ways of hiding short interest. I'm sure if we took 5 minutes, I could find a coin for you.
Oh, I'm
Um,
sure.
He owns
There's always a
367 millions on December 29th filing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
So let me explain
Go
why
ahead, you copy.
why he's
Yeah.
gonna fuck like shorts.
Why is he gonna fuck someone up? Let's hear it.
Oh, I think he like somebody's gonna fuck. I don't know who's gonna get fucked, but let me show you something. So look at this. Like I'm just going through a historical movement. But I think he's about to fuck somebody up. But I don't know who that is.
Why is that?
So let me show you something step by step. 88. I'm just showing you. Like there's a downtrend, there's uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, right?
Yeah.
So now when you look at after this era, 2007, you see, when this blue line touches, it drop. Blue line touches, drop, and then whenever a drop happen, it just roll back up, right? It roll back up, and we got a very harsh drop. We're gonna roll back up, right? Historically, right? Here's the thing. So this period 2007 to 2008, it takes about 450 days to drop, and it takes about 1,600 days to roll back up. This one 8,500 days. So basically IEP takes time, and this one probably takes about another 800 days. So 800 days to drop, 800 days to cover. About two. This one was very short and fast, so it doesn't mean that we're gonna take long time, but it could be fast. This one takes about 250 days to not even 250 days. It dropped really fast and it come back up. Like takes about like 30 days, and then like it roll back up within like 200, like almost within a 300 days. So now we start when you look at the date to where we at, it dropped about 250 days, which is very similar to about 300, within the 300 days range, right? So I think we hit the bottom. From here to here, we are close to 250 days, and now I'm seeing this triangle formation here. Let me just fucking delete this thing because it's so hard to see. Let me move this one. So you guys see here that the bottoms, when you connect all the bottoms, and then it break out, right? You see, PP?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you connect all the bottom, it broke out, and now you start to try to fill this gap at $19 here, 19.33 cents. We have a big gap here, open up
Yeah,
at
the biggest one that I know is from that like 26
to 32. Yes, 32. Yeah, exactly.
Huge
There's
gap.
huge gap. Next gap, 49. There's a $56. That's not everything. We have a gap at 129. There's about $40, right? I do think that, like
But
I
some
said,
of these gaps never fill, right?
it filled the gap. Yeah, it does fill the gap.
Some of them never fill, though.
I mean, it depends, right? But it depends when you ask. Like when you look at GameStop, they fill the gap. They fill all the gap. Like here, look at this. They made this gap at a $14.81 at 2008. They filled the gap in 2021 squeeze. AMC, they filled the gap, all the gap here. You see all the gap were filled in the bull market.
So you think eventually it will,
man.
fill? Even if it takes
I'm
time.
telling you, PP. I don't know what his plan is, but he's gonna fuck somebody up.
I mean, how can you not when you have that many shares is my biggest question. And then on top of that, I mean, the connection that quite literally that he could most certainly be involved in Bed Bath & Beyond as well kind of aids to the fact that, this could potentially be a lot bigger than we realize because, we have the connection with Carl and RC, the picture they took together. Obviously these two individuals could have had certain conversations, things like that. They're both billionaires. They're two activist investors.
Yeah.
So it's not too crazy to think that these two most certainly can come together and most certainly cause some ripples throughout the market. So
PP, I mean, you guys are American, right? Like,
where
yeah,
Carl
I mean,
stands
you
with all
guys
this.
know better politics than me, but like, I have guys who are into politics, right?
Sure.
And then I have this kind of like my own little chat box that Salvatore kind of wants to get in, but but anyway, so this guy talks about, okay, you just mentioned car icon RC.
Yeah.
Now U.S. election is coming. I'm not U.S. citizen, so I'm gonna freely just talk about this. I think Donald Trump's gonna win, but now look at this. Icon is what? He used to work with Trump.
He did, yes.
Right?
Yeah. There is a history of that.
Icon help Trump casino or some sort of result Chapter 11, right?
Yeah.
Now you look at what's his fucking Patrick Byrne. Isn't he related to Donald Trump as well?
Patrick Byrne is not. No.
His
Patrick
sister
Byrne is the guy from Overstock.
I know, but like, isn't it related to some sort of like Donald Trump? No.
Is he?
I thought
anybody know that?
I think
Out in the
his sister related to something. I don't know. I just heard something, but I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, so this is like, I know some of you guys already know this. I know you know people who are aware of this whole thing like probably understand this. BBY already, like, you guys probably know. BBY is far more than just stock play. This is a forces versus forces.
Yeah, it's almost like, like I think that there's, some people have taken a stance where there were certain people maybe on the board that were nefarious, and that could very possibly be true. But I think that, there's most certainly two parties coming in that are shaking up things behind the scenes. I think that, not only has this bankruptcy been incredibly fast, but we have seen a lot of back and forth. With a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. And to be honest with you, I do think that I do honestly think that something quite large is happening behind the scenes. And, I think that the good players, the ones on our side, most likely Carl or RC, I think they are in the background and they essentially have everything handled. I think that the most important thing, the sale with the IP going to Dream on Me, I think was the most important thing.
Oh.
They went with the second qualified bidder, things like that. So, I do believe that these two have certainly preserved the Knowles, and essentially that's how we're going to get our equity. So
Yeah.
I do think that there's still some stuff happening behind the scenes. I think that the lawsuit with Ryan Cohen is still holding up a lot of stuff as well, still to this day. But I'm not worried. Moving forward,
Yeah.
I do think that there's most certainly going to be some form of fraud charges be brought forth to JPM. There's a lot of proof that kind of supports that there was something nefarious happening with the prior CEO, Mark Trident. And to be honest with you, we've speculated for a long time that we're going to get equity in cash. Most likely the equity side is going to come from 6th Street, some form of a credit bid with Dream on Me and Bye Bye Baby, and also 6th Street, like we saw in the dockets being prepared. And we also are most likely going to get the cash side, which is going to be from essentially uncovering some of this fraud and some of this stuff going on with JPM. So I do think we're going to get cash and also equity. Primarily cash, because in the Teddy books we do have it written in cash with the 15. So it's maybe a likelihood that we'll see $15 cash and then we'll see the rest in equity. But
$50 cash?
No, 15.
Oh, 15. Okay. I was like 15.
Yeah.
Like,
and then I think the equity, like I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass, obviously, just because it's speculation. But I think that the equity and the cash will make us more than whole. And that's my own opinion and also speculation, because I believe in the tinfoil. I believe that this is a larger thing at play. There's multiple companies involved. And again, look at GameStop. Insiders aren't buying their own fucking stock for months now. So something clearly is going on. Something stinks. And look at the fucking fraud. Look at Doug Sifu Virtue. Fucking
it's tanking
as well. We had another bank fall today. It was
New York Bank.
What was it called? New York Community Bank or something like that.
Yeah,
that one also tanked too. So again, I think the problem is a lot of these short sellers, a lot of these swaps on the market, and shit's about to, in my opinion, shit's about to get crazy, man. Because look, 2008 might have looked crazy. I think that whatever's going to happen here with these swaps, things like that, this is going to be quite literally a fucking disaster when banks left and right are being liquidated because they've essentially backed a lot of these positions, man, and they're fucking up the entire economy. The markets are all fucked up. The companies are all fucked up all around. Billions upon billions of dollars in a lot of these like short positions, things like that, which they don't even own these fucking securities too. So the fraud runs rampant, man, through the market.
A quick note on the fraud, man.
Yeah.
Through all of my digging, again, it's difficult to get it all out there cohesively, and it's also hard to like organize all of my thoughts, but there's a clear pattern, in my opinion, of, they've been doing this forever. And they just thought, through different mechanisms, in my opinion, the tokens that we looked at earlier, that's kind of like a last ditch, we're getting desperate kind of thing. But man, it seems like Wall Street's been screwing us every which way they possibly could for the longest time. It seems like the brokers are in on it. And from the amount of stuff that I found in regards to the fraud, just from the tokenized stuff to the timing of these certain company activities to the moves they're making in regard to share buybacks in conjunction with their balance sheets. Like you're seeing the same thing with PHM right now. And it seems to be kind of like this move from these corporate execs. They don't have a problem coming in, making a bunch of money with their compensation packages, using the company coffers to pump their compensation packages, and they can bounce and sell. And it doesn't matter if the company is positioned to, weather the storm or what have you.
Yeah.
So in regard to our position with Bed Bath, like I do believe that the fraud is going to come out, and it's going to ultimately be the key that unlocks this thing.
Oh, 100%.
They are on it. You know what I mean?
JPM's going to settle this fucking thing. They're not going to want like all this publicity and this crazy fucking. They don't want that. Already when you're essentially in a recession or whatever you want to call it, people out there are scared that they're also going to lose their cash and things like that. And with some of these banks closing, I mean, look at the shit that happened in with the California bank, the SIVB or whatever the fuck it's called, and these other fucking banks, telecom. Yeah. And, you see all of this fucking shit happening. And the last thing they want in a recession when these banks are going under is this big fucking fraudulent case coming up pertaining to JPM. They will swipe that. They want this swept under the rug. They'll pay a fucking settlement out. Look, a $12-13 billion settlement to JPM's nothing, man. They'll take the fucking 13 billion to save, all the publicity and all the fucking stuff. And I guarantee you that if this actually ends up going through a settlement, I guarantee you that no media outlet out there is going to cover it, period. You won't even fucking hear about it. Probably the only places you'll hear about it's on Twitter and also the PP show. Go ahead. Do you want to add anything? And then I'm going to let you copy wrap up.
I want to say, even if it's a $12 billion claim against JP Morgan, cool. This is only for one security. This is only one.
Yeah.
There's more out there that they're going to have to pay if they get caught with their hands in the cookie jar as well. And I think there are that they're, I personally, I think they're at risk for a lot more billion, and we could see it. And do I think it's going to be swept under the rug, like you said? Absolutely.
I think so.
I believe it will.
Settlement, you're not going to hear anything about it, period. Nothing. They'll pay these media sites not to fucking talk about it, man.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Why don't you wrap up for us?
I'm going to wrap up.
With the 10. New York Bancorp was the bank that bought Signature from the 23 bank collapses. Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. And now they're fucked next, man.
Well, they had earnings release. They dropped tremendously. They also announced a decrease in their dividend. So, yeah, they dropped, but I need more time on that one.
That's how it starts, though. That's how it starts. So you see like a 40% decline, and then all of a sudden in the fucking coming weeks or coming months, boom, they get fucking obliterated, wiped off the fucking map. You wrap it up for us, man,
I'll wrap it up.
TA. Let's
hear it. So this is the last one.
What's some concluding TA that you have for us here tonight?
So the MACD.
Oh, you're muted. You copy.
Oh, sorry. I was like fucking talking like. Oh, sorry. So MACD showing that it's so this is the example here.
Okay.
So we hit the bottom. The MACD lines are moving up to the middle line. This is what happened. MACD moving up here, and then it shoots up here. I'm expecting like I said, like February, March, possibly like maybe IEP, maybe could be going to end of April. I think this could go up to a 40 range, 30 to 40 range. Yeah. So I'll leave it up to you.
All for it, man.
I'll leave it up to you. All you guys here. Also, this is another algorithm I found somewhere. I don't know where I found, but I did spend some time here. Very similar move. Drop, hit the bottom, making triangle formation, break out, and then distribution, and then you hit the. Maybe if it follows this type of algorithm, it could hit somewhere like this gap, which is $50. So I'm expecting maybe the next earning IEP is February 29. Then he might drop something. So I'll say this. I'm really confident about BBY. I mean, Ramez also sometimes message like, when moon.
He texts everybody that.
Everybody. But I know I know he's trolling. Yeah, he's a smart guy. But like I said, I think we're here. February, March. That's it.
March.
I'm done. Yeah, that's it, man. February, March. It's like February 14th it's just perfectly like I show you IWM. Perfect a date for gap up. I know RC. I don't know if you're watching. You're this is fucking smart guy.
You copy. I hope so hard that you're right.
No, it is right. I'm sorry, I can't say that, but like, I mean, it's just so perfect. Like, okay,
I'm going 100% calls, man.
I'll say one more thing before I wrap this up. Remember PP. There was a girl from Dubai, Preeti. So
yes.
I sent a message. I want to, because she mentioned about March as well. Because when I met, I asked her, because I told her like I was thinking like April, right? Because that's what I saw last year. And then I asked her like, so what do you think about it? And then she's like, I'm thinking March. And then, but at the time,
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. This is when we met in Florida. So, I missed the time to ask her like, oh yeah, why you think like that? So I've sent a message recently. So yeah, I told her like, hey, I look at the Bitcoin other chart, and it looks like I think somewhere between March, April is when things gonna collapse, and I think that's when our meme stock will rally. Is that why you mentioned March? And she said, yeah, that's why I mentioned March. So she also, she's been trading for 15 years. She said.
I heard that.
Yeah. Well. So anyway, so that's it, guys. I think we are here, February, March, or April.
February or March.
That's it. we're good to go. I'm
All right.
we are here. That's all I want to say. So
Right on. All right, cool. You heard it from UCopy. UCopy, we love having you on the show. I know a lot of people appreciate having you here too. You know, you're a regular here at the PP Show. Love always hearing what you have to share. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether the TA is right or wrong. It gives us an indication on what the possibilities could hold for all of us, you know, trading some of these
That's right.
stocks and things like that. So love the macro aspect. You're always welcome on the show if you want to cover anything macro related like that too. I think it's great to always compare it and take a look at where the market's heading. So Chad, let's get some love for UCopy on his way out. UCopy, enjoy the rest of the night, and appreciate having you on the show, man.
yeah, good to see you all. I'm gonna see you guys very soon.
Cool. All right. Take care, UCopy.
Take it easy. Bye.
See you, man.